Okay. I've got the juices of me and my wild statements and my wild theories and whatnot. The juices are flowing because I'm listening to some particularly bullshit arguments. I'm just like, oh man, I gotta say something. So I'm on the whole. Let's talk about something that the whole basis of Vosh's political stance as of today, as of July of 2021. Because as we know, he will switch. He will flip like a pancake on various issues. But right now, he says that we need to support liberalism because it's easier to fight liberalism than fascism. I just think that this is bullshit. The thing is that typically what anarchists will say is, well, the Social Democratic Party worked with the Freikorps to get rid of I'm trying to think, Rosa Luxemburg and Karl Liebknecht. They worked with them to get rid of them. So, scratch a liberal, find a fascist, right? That's the whole idea of that. I think what Vosh is going to end up doing is, I think that he will end up becoming a lib. I do. I think everybody is waiting for that because the rhetoric of revolution is becoming less and less. Because he opposes tankies and he opposes the authoritarianism of the DPRK, because they have nationalism, because of Korean nationalism. How dare they? How dare the Koreans want to unify and, try to have some sort of reconciliation? How dare they, well, actually, no, I think that's more Kevin Castley, but I think that Vosh probably feels the same way. The DPRK has a perfect right to exist. I think that the DPRK in general does what it has to do to survive. So yeah, Manze. Manze is what I say to the DPRK at the end of the day. So fighting liberalism versus fascism. The problem with that is that liberalism is that fascism will just straight up kill you. That's the whole thing. If you want to look at it this way and simplify it, is that fascism will simply find a way to infiltrate your group, destroy it, and just destroy everything about it. Will kill your whole family. La. That's the image. The difference is that liberalism will co-opt your ideas, which I think is more dangerous. You would think. Liberalism co-opting your ideas is far more dangerous and simply says, oh, what are you talking about? The government's already doing that type of stuff. So when talking about unions, this and that, and supporting union power, well, then the government will simply say, well, we're going to create more unions, this and that. Of course, the unions will be toothless, this and that, but then you have a harder battle. It's the same thing with gay rights. If you really want to look at it from that way, if you really want to be a hardcore lefty and say, well, we support gay rights and all this sort of thing, well, yeah, corporations now support that. So now you have an uphill battle that you're fighting. Because now you're like, well, we're the true supporters of gay rights, not these fake corporations that don't care about them. But most people don't see it that way. Most average LGBTQ enjoyers or allies are folks that will see these corporations that give lip service to gay rights as the true ones. Not your weirdo beliefs like we're going to get rid of capitalism, but this and that, right? Stalin, I would say Stalin generally didn't like homosexuality. You can go ahead and cope about it all you want to and say he was just doing that to avoid male rape, bro. No, anyway. The point is that no, liberalism co-ops ideas. They will use the power of the state, same way as most fascists do, if you want to see it that way. But the thing is that it's much more subtle. And the thing is where fascists will praise the state and say, yes, we took down this cell, this and that, or they may do it internally. Whereas liberalism won't talk about it at all and will paint them as terrorists. Fascism could do that as well, but the thing is, though, is that they will paint them as terrorists and say that they want to get rid of democracy. They want to destroy our democracy. You know, so I would say it's harder to fight liberalism than this fascism. And I think maybe I know people say, "Oh, that's wrong. Look at what happened in Germany." You know, but the thing is, Vosch uses the German Revolution in 1919 as a way of showing that he's correct. I guess. I mean, the thing is that there's a lot of other issues at hand that you kind of leave out of Germany. Not to say I'm an expert on everything, but it's like you had the breakdown of the economy in Weimar Germany. You had a military that was reduced. You had, talk about a coup. You had the attempt of making the Bavarian Socialist Republic, Bavarian Soviet Socialist Republic that occurred, that was crushed, and you had the death of people like Kurt Eisner. But they don't really talk, people don't want to talk about these larger issues or talk about the later occupation of the Ruhr by the French and the Belgians, some of which were colonial troops, aka brown people, that made things worse. So, like I say, is that how liberal? And this is a perfect example of what occurred. And I've brought this up before, but what did the social democratic government do versus what the center-right German? What did the center-right do instead? The Social Democratic Party allowed the striking to continue and allowed people to get paid. What did Gustav Stresemann do instead of the DVP, the Deutsches Volkspartei, I believe? What did he do? He said, get back to work, this and that. And they hatched out a plan, which became the Dawes Plan, which was a little bit better, reparations, plan to pay back the French and the Belgians. So it's very oversimplified to be like, oh, well, it's easier to fight liberalism than fascism because, at least liberals believe us. And we can, I think the whole idea with people like Vosch is that, yeah, we're going to turn liberals, bro. We're going to turn them to our way of thinking. Liberals will always love capitalism. I'm sorry, they will suck the dick of capitalism any day of the week and say, yeah, they capitalism's great. It's okay that they make this much money, So no, like I say, even, you can go ahead and appeal all you want to and say super capitalism. You can go ahead and say that all you want to. The thing is, we've already seen the co-opting of your ideas. And the fact that you think somehow appealing to liberals is going to make a difference. No, it isn't. It just makes your party weaker. Now you have all these libs who infiltrated, or, you allowed into your group, not even infiltrated, you allowed them in. And now you don't have any revolutionary potential. Now it's just a bunch of libs who want to keep up the status quo overall, with a nice veneer to say, now we've allowed more gay rights and we've allowed more immigration. And by the way, these immigrants may not fully agree with us, but who cares? We like brown people because we're simps. If that's what you want, okay, but it doesn't really work that way. Anywho, I think that's all I have to say on that one. This is a little bit shorter, but hopefully y'all enjoyed this. See you later, and goodbye.